It is January 5th, 2021. Oh. Yeah, so it's the new year. And I don't know how to feel about it, really. Last year, I had a plan. I made a whole plan for the year, and I didn't want to do that this year. So I didn't make like a detailed plan, because last year I felt like I needed to do that just to really make myself and be disciplined, like make myself do the things that I wanted to do and get it done and be productive for the whole year. So that's why I did that last year. And this year, I just want to continue with those things and build upon those foundations that I built last year. So I've just kind of tried to stay chill about it, but I still want to form a sort of plan and know what I'm doing and know my intentions for the year. So I kind of worked on that, but it's January 5th and I'm still like trying to plan stuff out, because the week before New Year's I was just busy. I couldn't really focus on it. I couldn't focus on the new year. Even Christmas, I couldn't really focus on it. After Halloween, everything became like a blur. What am I saying? Yeah. Like, then I was stressed about school and finishing up the semester, and the rest of the year from October was just like, I couldn't really keep up mentally with everything that was happening. So then Christmas, it just happened suddenly, and I didn't really get to mentally prepare for Christmas and get in that Christmas spirit. So then it was that, and then all of a sudden it was New Year's, and I was like, dang, 2020 is ending, and it was overwhelming, sort of, because of what the year was and everything. I think it all changed so quickly, because in March, all of a sudden the world started to fall apart, and we had to adapt, and our lives changed. And I think I never really got the chance to comprehend what was happening through the year. And then now the year's over and I'm supposed to start a new year, which it doesn't really matter because time still is the same. It's just the calendar year is over. But I'm just like, well, now what? So I'm just trying to like stay relaxed and continue to make my goals as usual and stay focused on those and be productive in my life and all that, because I have long-term goals that I will have for many years that are not things that can happen in a year. So it doesn't really matter. Last year was about forming habits, and I needed to create the year-long goals to make those habits. And now I feel like I'm good with that. I'll just continue with those habits now until the future. So in terms of this year, I just want to have little goals that I'm going to try to accomplish, but I'm not like super freaking out about it or anything, if that makes sense. This year will hopefully be more like gliding and not like last year, which felt like fighting. If that might not make any sense to anybody, but like maybe, like, here's how I'll say it. Like last year, if I was just trying to fly, let's say a plane, and you gotta push and take off, and then you gotta keep going up right when you're in a plane until you get up in the air, and then you can just like kind of stay steady. So let's say that's what I was doing. So last year I had to push myself to get up off the ground, and now I think as long as I can stay disciplined and continue with my practices, I want to just kind of glide for now. But there are some aspects of my life that I feel like I've got to keep pushing it and keep working hard. So I'm still going to do that. But in terms of my general lifestyle at the moment, I feel pretty good about it. So I'm just going to continue with that through this new year. I have all these papers. I think I'm like a paper planner. Like I've got all this stuff. Like I write down all my ideas and like goals and plans on these sheets of paper now. Like this started like a couple months ago. So I'm getting organized. It's just taking me quite a while. So it's January 5th and I'm not ready yet to start like executing my plans. I think I'll start everything next week because I'm still like taking my time to really get myself together and figure out what I need to do in order to accomplish the goals that I have for the year. So what I tried to do is write down stuff that went well in 2020. So goals or things that I wanted to accomplish and that I did manage to get done, or habits that I built in 2020, things I liked that I improved on in my life during that year. So I wrote it down, and then I wanted to write down what I wanted to improve on in 2021. So some of those things are have a better sleep schedule, more consistent. I want to wake up earlier every day instead of sleeping in. Start doing my yoga again because I didn't do super well with yoga last year, and meditation, same thing. So I want to really create that as a practice. And then I want to read more because I read more last year, but I could read more than that. And then I want to actually be drinking a gallon of water every day. I tried to do that last year and I wasn't always consistent about that. I want to stop doing splurge days completely because I kept doing that last year. I got to stop it. So that, and then I want to cut back on the sugary Starbucks drinks because I work at Starbucks and every day I go in and I'm thinking I want to have that sugary stuff. So I got to cut back on that. Anyway, and then less pasta. I gotta eat less pasta. Pasta is like the love of my life, but I gotta just eat less of it. Like, come on, I've had it for my whole life. Do I have to keep eating it like it's the last day of my life on earth? So there's that. Then I formed my 2021 goals, which there's more than this. Every year I do this kind of layout where I do the goals for the year on one page. And then on the other page, I make a list of things I want to do less and things I want more of in the year. I did one for last year. I did one from 2019. So the goals, like I was talking about, I want to reach my savings goals. I want to hit basically baby step 1 of the, what's it called? Like the Dave Ramsey stuff. But I watch Chris Hogan's videos and I read his book. So I don't really pay attention to Dave Ramsey specifically, but I think he's the one that created the baby steps for financial independence and stuff like that. You can look that up. Look up baby steps, Dave Ramsey, stuff like that. I'm not going to go into detail, but baby step 1 is where you save up $1,000 for emergencies. And then you would continue, I think, to build on that to create a fully funded emergency fund. Fully funded emergency fund? Does that make sense? I think that's what it's called though. Anyway, $1,000 saved for emergencies. That's baby step 1. So I want to accomplish that this year. Then, which I'm close. I'm at $500. So I need $500 more. And then I can say that it's $1,000 saved up. So I want to graduate from college. I would like to write a song this year. I'm also maybe doing something more ambitious, what did I say? Ambitious, which I'm not going to talk about right now, but I have an idea. And I'm just going to keep it on the down low right now. Then I want to like really seek God and be more dedicated to that because I have been kind of slacking with that. So I'd like to do that more this year. Then on YouTube, I want more subscribers. I'm not going to say the number because I'm afraid to say it. You know what? I should say it because like speak it into existence. I would like to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. Right now I have 266. I just got another one today. Like I started off the year with 265 subscribers. I don't get subscribers quickly enough to, I think, get to 500. I only gained like 40 subscribers last year. So to think that I could gain 200 and basically 35 subscribers in a whole year is very unlikely. It's possible, but it's unlikely. So I'm afraid to say it. But I did just say it because we're gonna send it off as a prayer, speak it into existence. We'll see. But I would like to hit 500 subscribers. I wrote it down as a goal, so we'll see. I would like to figure out a side hustle, but I don't know about that. Side little form of income, that'd be nice, but I don't know. That's not a huge thing I'm trying to do this year, but I've thought of it, so I wrote it down. I want to read 4 books. If I read more than that, that's great, but I doubt it. I think last year I read like 2.5 books. That's how slow of a reader I am. I can only set a goal like for 4 books in a whole year. I just am a slow reader, guys. So I wrote that down though. 4 books. Come on, I can do it. Okay, I want to finish the Bible. I'm like almost halfway through it. I don't know. The Bible's a lot, so I want to finish the Bible. I would like to try to work on building my abs. And then I want to have a solid yoga practice. I want to have a solid meditation practice. I would like to complete 2 paintings and then get a consistent, healthy sleep schedule. So overall, that's not that bad. I only have little goals this year because last year I really got my lifestyle going. So I just have little things I want to work on this year and finish up. So I think that's all I needed to say for that. I'm sorry this was a long part of this vlog, but it's important because it's January and we're starting off the year creating my intentions and my plans. I think it's going to be a good year, hopefully, but we'll see. So the other day I got in the mail the little zine campaign thing for Halsey's makeup line, which is pretty cool. I think that it's 1 out of like 10,000 that were sent out. So she tweeted that 10,000 zines were sent out for campaigning for this. So if you didn't know, Halsey created a makeup line or company or something. I think it's a makeup company that she just started. And it's pretty cool. I was kind of not that interested at first when she announced it. I was just like, that's pretty cool, but I can't afford to be buying any makeup right now, so it's not going to make much difference for me right now, but maybe someday I will try it. Then I got this in the mail, so it is pretty cool. She sent them through, I think, probably just her fan list. Like usually for artists, when you sign up for something on their merch websites or whatever, or you sign up for their mailing list is basically what it is. So I think these were sent through the mailing list from her music career sites, stuff like that. You know, so her fans, anybody who was signed up to the mailing list had the possibility of getting one of these. I don't know how many people are on her mailing list, but I happened to get 1 out of 10,000, so that's pretty cool. 10,000 is a lot though. So it came in this really awesome package, and then it's just a magazine, which I showed in videos last night. Super cool. And it came with little tiny packets of testers, like samples, I mean, of some of her products. So what's on my eyes right now is not from her makeup line. This is another brand, but I just put it on because I wanted to test these out right now. So I've got 3 highlight fluids, so like highlighters I'm guessing, and 2 lip colors. So let's test these out. First, I think, should we try the highlights first? Yeah, we're gonna try the highlighter first. So I got 3 colors: Shaken or Stirred, Sunstruck, and Fight or Flight. I'll just open one of these up, I guess, and see what we can do with this. So it's a highlighting fluid. So normally highlighters, I think, are like, oh wow, shoot, dude. Oh my God, it's like, I've gotta put my glasses on. Can you see that? Like a little, it's like liquid gold, but like pink. Okay, I don't know if I should put this just on my face right now. I don't know, let's just go for it. Oh boy. I don't know if I definitely didn't put that in the right place for highlighters. You're supposed to just go here, I think, and probably tap it on. Okay, I can kind of see, yeah. This is a colored one, so this is not like a skin tone color. It's pink. I'm gonna try to put it up here maybe. I mean, it's definitely sparkly. And it's got it's like a light tint and a light highlight. It's not super like blinding, as people say. Like, I don't know where to put this. Like, Like that is so much actually. Hold on here. I put too much, huh? Oh boy, I put way too much, dude. Oh no, stop. So a little goes a long way, that's for sure. There are like owls going crazy in my backyard right now. So, if you put a lot, then it is kind of blinding. I put some on my forehead and too much on my nose, but I like the color. I think it's nice. I would have to learn how to work with it because I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but I like that one. And that color is Fight or Flight. I like that it's like pink. I think it could be really fun on the eyes. Next we will try Sunstruck. So this is a very dark gold color. That's like gold. I don't know if I should put this one on my face because that's quite dark, but I'll put it on my wrist, on my hand here. Oh yeah, that is, if you can see, yeah, so there. So that would be a really good highlighter, I think, on darker skin tones. On me, it would look probably more like a bronzer, but also that could be cool on the eyes. It's actually really reflective. It's like metallic. That's pretty nice. Like, I like these products. I do like that as a product. I would definitely probably buy the pink one, Fight or Flight. I think I'd buy that one. Okay, so next I'm doing Shaken or Stirred. This one is more for my skin tone. This is like light gold. So I'm gonna put this one on my hand and then we'll try on my face. So can you see, it's like right there. I don't know if you can see that. Very reflective. That works for my skin tone. I like that one. I like that one. Shaken or Stirred. So I would definitely buy this one too, I think. Let me put it on my face though. When I put it on my face, I don't see the reflection or highlight as much, but I'm sure in bright lights, it'd be pretty highlighty. I don't know if you can see any reflection. There's a kind of highlight there. So I think with the liquid highlighters, I definitely like Shaken or Stirred and Fight or Flight. Those are my colors, I think. So I really like those. I think I actually might get those in the future. The third one, Sunstruck, I think is for darker tones or just an eye look. And I probably won't be buying that, but I like the product. I do like the product. I like that it's liquid. It's kind of fun. It feels like paint. And I know Halsey is trying to go for that because of her art and all that. So I do like that. I think it's really cool. And now I think I will try the two lip colors, which are like liquid lips. So I have Cautionary Tale and then So Long Summer. I think I'll do the light color first. Okay, this is actually a pretty dark color. That is way darker than I thought it was gonna be from the little packaging. So it's like a messy application because I did it with my hands, but I like that color. It is very like goth, but it's cool. Like this makeup company is supposed to be cool, like for unique, artistic people. I do like that color. And that is So Long Summer. It's not too drying. It's like kind of a light, like I said, it goes a long way, a little bit goes a long way. Like that's not even a big layer and it's very pigmented and it's not heavy on my lips like at all. It's only slightly drying because that's what liquid lipstick has to do. It has to dry up from being liquid. It's almost like a lip tint, almost like somewhere between full-on lipstick and lip tint. Somewhere in between that is what it feels like. So it's pretty good. Next I'm gonna try Cautionary Tale. So this one's super purple. Okay, so like last time, it's a really messy application, so not good, but the product is pretty good. But this color is not really for me, personally. It's a little bit too purple for me. I prefer nudes and some reds and like bluish tints, but this isn't so much for me. I don't really love purple lipstick. It doesn't look super purple in the shot, but it is quite plum. This is Cautionary Tale. So Long Summer was the other color, which I like more, but I like the direction. I like the plan to do like matte lips like this and like cool, bold colors because, you know, some companies are afraid to go that direction. So I appreciate that. I like to have a makeup company that is intended for artistic people. I like that. So I'll be following this and probably buying some products in the future. Right now I can't afford it, but if later on I can, then I'll try to get some stuff. But it was fun to test it out. I really like the liquid highlighter. I would have to figure out, like, the amount that I put on is too much. I would have to figure out what I was doing with it and practice. I'm also not super great at makeup. I don't do it very often. I just kind of slapped it all on my face. But if I were to buy it, I would practice and figure out a way to make it look really good. Anyway, that was just my quick review. Careful. Harley, watch out. My camera's right there. Careful. Let's move this out of the way. It's January 22nd. I'm super washed out right now because the sun is setting, so there's a lot of blue light coming in. So everything looks very pale, it seems. I've had like a health problem this week, so let me move the camera. Let me explain what's been going on here. So last week, I started to feel like my equilibrium was off, or it felt like I was on a boat or something, and it started to happen in the afternoons or at nighttime where I could slightly feel like something was not right, and it felt like I was not balanced. And then I didn't know what to do about it, and I didn't know what was causing it. And then yesterday and the day before, I really started to feel like it felt like I had low blood sugar, and I didn't know what to do because I kept eating food and it wasn't really fixing it. Yesterday though, I think I kind of got it better. I think what happened is it might have been last week was the cause, or it might have been all of this past year. I don't know what happened exactly. I don't know exactly what happened, but my theory is that I guess I wasn't eating enough every day, at least last week for sure, if not beyond that. I think I wasn't eating enough calories in a day for my body, and I didn't mean to. I didn't realize because I used to eat so many carbs and, high carb, high sugar foods. That was majority of the foods that I ate. And then last week I tried to cut back on that and eat more healthy foods. But I think my mistake was that I wasn't eating enough of the healthy foods. The portion sizes were not high enough or big enough, because when I was eating not so great foods, I would eat smaller portion of it, right? Because a small portion of a high carb food, or usually unhealthy foods, you can eat a small portion of it and that's a lot of calories. But when you eat a healthy food, they're lower in calories, so you need to eat more of them in bigger portions to get the amount of calories that you need for your body. And I forgot to account for that, and I was distracted last week because my classes started and I was overwhelmed with that. I was trying to focus. I was working on projects at the house, and I didn't even really notice that I was not eating as much as I should have. And I wasn't even hungry. This has been a weird week for me. Everything's been very strange. It's been a weird and bad start to 2021. I'm not feeling good about it. But I guess maybe it was meant to happen because I've decided to up my calorie intake per day. Last year, obviously I was trying to lose weight. I still would like to cut back on body fat. I still want to do that and become slimmer, more toned. That's the word, toned. I want to do that still, but I want to do it the healthy way. That's always been the intention. I want to do it the healthy way. But I think last year I was probably cutting my calories too much, or my intended caloric intake that I was trying to do per day, but I wasn't doing it every day. I would do it on and off because I would splurge too frequently. So I was constantly going between eating the calories that like an app was telling me to do and then splurging. And when you get these like calorie counting apps, so now I'm going to tell you, if anybody's watching this, I think if you get a calorie counting app and you're trying to lose weight, you can just put in your information and it will tell you like, here's how many calories you should eat per day to lose this amount of weight in this amount of time. I would say don't follow that because I've done that multiple times, but I don't count my calories every day, or I didn't do it in the way that it'd be if you're trying to lose weight in like a short amount of time, because I don't think that that's the right thing to do. I think it's better and healthier to try to lose weight over longer periods of time, have it be more gradual, and have a lifestyle change in a healthy way that is sustainable. That's something that you can continue to do for the future, not a diet or a calorie counting thing that you do like for 2 weeks to cut back on some fat. I don't really think it's healthy because what the apps tell you for your calories that you should eat a day is, I think, too low. And that's what it would be if you want to cut your weight real fast. But I think basically my mistake probably was attempting to do that for a long period of time. And I wasn't following it directly, but that was what I wanted to do. And so for a whole year, I was trying to attempt that. But like I said, I kept going off and on. I kept splurging. I wasn't consistent about it. Probably a good thing that I wasn't consistent about it. I did lose weight through the year, but I think that was because of an overall change in my behavior and my eating. That was a long-term weight loss because my body has changed. The way that it looks has changed. So I look slimmer, feel better, and I can fit into clothes better, but my weight has not changed. The number has not changed very much. So I think my body changing in this positive way was due to my eating habits in terms of eating healthier foods, not eating only unhealthy foods, even though I did eat unhealthy foods last year frequently. It wasn't only that. I was incorporating more healthy foods, more protein. I was working out more. So these, long-term lifestyle changes were what helped me to lose weight. Calorie counting through like an app, like eating like 1,200 calories a day, was not what was making the difference. I don't think it was. I'm learning all this stuff. And so now I've decided, because of this situation that has happened in the past week, that either is due to last week me just making a mistake and not even paying attention to what I was eating. Either it was that mistake from last week, because we're also thinking that I might have put my body into shock because I had such a high carb diet previous to last week, and me deciding to cut back on the carbs and the sugar, because I work at Starbucks and I drink a bunch of those sugary drinks. Like every other day I would be drinking that at work. And so last week when I stopped that and I was, changing my diet, I could have put my body into shock. That might have been what happened. This is all theories that I'm thinking because Nick, if you are watching this at work, he's a nursing student. If you're watching this, you're a nursing student. And he was telling me all this information of what could possibly be causing this. And so now I've got all these theories, but I don't know what is actually true. But the big conclusion that I've come to basically is I'm going to try to eat more food. So you would think that that's not what you would want to do when you're trying to lose weight, but I do not care right now about that. Of course, I want to lose fat and I want to be fit and healthy. But key word is healthy. So I'm not going to be cutting my calories super low. It's not worth it. It's not something I can do for a long time. And I've already gotten myself to a weight right now that I'm pretty comfortable with. And I don't need to speed lose weight. I don't need to do anything quick. I want to make lifestyle changes that are sustainable. So in order to make sure that I keep my blood sugar good, because that's what it felt like, it was my blood sugar dropping, I think I need to eat the proper amount of calories every day. I think I accidentally deprived my body of the needed calories for too long, and then it was crashing probably, and was what? That's what it felt like. It felt like it was crashing. It felt like it was I need something. It felt like I was a vampire, and I would eat foods and nothing was happening. It was pretty terrible. I thought I was dying. It was really bad. But I'm feeling better today. I started to feel better yesterday at the end of the day, and I feel like myself again today, because the last couple days, for basically a whole week, I was not right. I was feeling not right. I didn't feel like myself. It was just off. It was bad, and I don't want to feel that again. This whole week, I haven't been able to focus on anything but what's been going on with my body. But I'm just now getting back on my feet. 2020 was ironically better for me, even though the year was crazy. The year for the world was not good, but the year for me was good. And it started off good right off the bat, and it stayed great pretty much the whole year, even though my productivity kind of went down into the fall of 2020. Overall, 2020 was good. So far for me, 2021 has been a disappointment. I'm my body's getting crazy, and then I haven't been able to get my stuff done. I'm just 2021, I'm over it already. And I'm not usually the type of person to treat years like that. Everyone usually is the new year, I'm over it. But I mean, this is usually not something that happens to me, and it has sucked so far. So I'm just now getting back on my feet. It's January 22nd. We've got it more. I'm going to get it figured out. I went to the doctor today and I got my blood drawn. So I'll get the information sometime soon about that. They're going to look at my blood sugar. They're going to look at if I am anemic. Is that the thing for your iron levels? Whatever it is. They're looking at all the important stuff to see what could be going on. But I think I know what's going on. I think I've got it figured out. But unless my blood work comes back saying something else, then we'll deal with that. But, yeah. So there's that. And now the plan is I'm trying to eat 2,000 calories a day. I tried to calculate what my body needs to function at this weight. And when I use this website to calculate it, I think for basic maintaining my weight, I think I require 2,311 calories a day to maintain. So that's a lot, because I was trying to eat 1,200 calories most days because I was trying to lose weight, and I thought that was it. And I didn't know my body would want 2,000 calories. I thought 2,000 calories was a lot. And I did calculate a while back, but it's somewhere in my little book here. I calculated everything a year or so ago to see all that, but I forgot. I forgot what I probably should have been doing, and I made a mistake, and I'm gonna admit that. So I would advise everybody, do not follow these apps. Calorie counting apps are helpful, and get one that you can look at your macronutrients. That's important. They're helpful, but I think make sure you are not being too aggressive with what you're doing, and try to do something that's sustainable. And my new plan, and we'll see how it goes. My new plan, I think it's the ultimate healthy thing to do for weight loss. This is what I'm thinking. We're going to see what happens. But I'm pretty confident that it's going to be fine, and I'm not worried about gaining more weight by changing my eating behaviors in this way. I think this is a positive thing to do for myself, and I don't really care right now about how it's going to affect my weight. Once I get myself back to where I feel completely normal again, then I can see if I need to do other things, but I'm not worrying about it right now. So I figured if my body, what this thing told me, if I'm supposed to be eating 2,300 calories a day for maintaining my weight and whatever, then I'm thinking I can try to do 2,000 calories a day. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it's really hard for me to eat 2,000 calories. And so to eat 2,300 calories is too much. I'm struggling to I think I just started to get used to not eating as much. And so now I'm having to force myself to eat more. And it's kind of difficult for me to do right now. And I'm tracking everything in my app and tracking my macronutrients because I'm vegetarian. I need to make sure that I get the right amount of protein. I've been keeping track of that for the past 2 days, including today. And I'm going to keep doing that. And it's really hard for me to reach 2,000 calories because I'm trying to do it with healthy foods and not unhealthy foods, because what I don't want to do is go back to eating super high carb, unhealthy foods and super sugary foods just because of what's happening in my body. I don't think that the smart thing to do is go straight into unhealthy foods just to get my body what it used to think that it needed. I need to try to still be healthy with this and smart, but I need to fuel my body with enough foods and enough calories, because I think that was the problem. I was giving it a ton of calories, but in unhealthy foods. And now I want to fuel it with healthy calories and the right amount of calories. And then by doing this, I don't feel like I'm not worried about gaining a bunch of fat. I'm not worried about it. I really don't have a concern about it. If I see myself gaining weight, then I'll address it later. But I don't want to worry about that. I just want to make sure that my body has enough food first, and then we can figure out the next step after that. Yeah, so I'm trying to get a lot of protein and trying to eat the best foods that I can and eat as much of it as I can to reach 2,000 calories, and then we'll see what happens to my body. But I need to make sure that it feels like it's getting food. That's more important than losing weight. I am not wanting to lose weight at the expense of my body's functions. So anyway, that's just my theory of what's been happening. We'll see what my blood work says. Now today I feel a lot better, and I think that solved the problem, but I need to continue to be aware of this for the next couple weeks and make sure that I fix this behavior so it doesn't happen again. And that's just what's been happening. This vlog, I'm sure, is long and a lot of talking. Hopefully that's okay. But it's big deal stuff, actually. I don't know, but this is my 2021 so far. Not great. But I did write. It was so weird. I'm going to show you. I wrote in my 2021 goals, the second bullet point that I put for the goals was to take care of my body medically and go to the doctor. I wrote that down. I wrote that down last year. In 2020, I wrote down for 2021 that I needed to take care of my body medically and go to the doctor and make sure I get everything checked out, because I haven't gone to get an annual checkup for a year or two. I think the last time I went to the doctor was in late 2018. So I wrote that down, that I needed to go to the doctor, and guess what happened? I had an issue and I had to go to the doctor. So things are weird, guys, but at least I can check that off the list of things to do in 2021, because it happened. In terms of all the other things that I'm trying to get done this year, I don't know if they'll happen, but maybe this is a good sign for how 2021 is going to go, because it's going according to plan so far, strangely enough. me to see and film because it's so cute that Harley's there and then you're there.
Yep.
Like your little buddies out here. What are you doing? Yeah. So cute. Yesterday I went to Barnes and Noble and I just like splurged on this stuff. I'm trying to save money and I'm trying to pay off my credit card, but I felt like I needed to buy these things. So what I bought was, I bought 3 notebooks. 3 Moleskines and 1 Leuchtturm 1917. Yeah. 4, guys, 4. And if you are an artist or a writer or whatever, if you are a user of Moleskine notebooks and Leuchtturms or something, we'll call them 1917s. If you're a user of these types of things, you know that they cost some money, but they are high quality. That's why they are popular. And I have too many notebooks, guys. I have too many journals and things. I'm crazy like this, but I like physical things. Like I've got like, oh my God, I don't know why I'm showing you this. Like a whole stack of books and things on the side of my desk here. And this isn't the only Moleskines and notebooks that I've ever used. Obviously, I'm a journaler type of person. I don't journal as much anymore, but that's why I bought this stuff. I'm gonna tell you in a second. But okay, let's look at this. So we got a 1917 for my bullet journal. We got a 1917 for this is my health, weight loss, body journal, like tracking things, taking notes, diet stuff. That's what this is. Then we've got a Moleskine art sketchbook, and all the little designs and stuff were done by me, and that's thread on the edges there. I've got a Moleskine for guitar practice. I've got a Moleskine for Italian practice. I've got a Moleskine for book notes because I have an idea for a book that I might write someday in my life, but I take all the notes and ideas for all that and I put it in here. And we have another 1917 as a journal. So that's all the ones that I keep on my desk. And then I just bought 4 more and some big ones, which I've never had a big Moleskine before. I just liked small sizes, but I bought some and I'm going to tell you what I'm using it for. If you have ever seen, which you probably have not seen, the movie Beginners, you should watch it. It's got, what's his name? Ewan McGregor in it. And in that movie, he's an artist. And I just always remember his desk in the movie. And I remember seeing, because I watched it in high school, I remember seeing his desk and he had a whole stack of Moleskines. I'm assuming they were Moleskines. And I just remember seeing that in high school and being like, oh yeah, that's like me. That's like how I want to be. And so now I've got a giant stack of notebooks, but they're not all sketchbooks because I don't draw as much as I used to, but I have a sketchbooking case. So anyway, the reason that I went to Barnes & Noble and bought all this stuff yesterday is because I kind of want to keep a journal to document politics and history in the world, because this is just a time that we're living in that I feel like very historical moments are happening, and I want to keep track of it for myself and my opinions on things and my thoughts, so that in the future I'll have that. because they are significant things happening in the world, and it's very chaotic and very fast-paced because we have social media, and a lot of the stuff is documented on social media. And I've thought, if it's all documented on social media, how are we going to keep track of it for the future when social media moves so quickly? So I just want to like try to keep track of it myself and the things that I think are significant, and keep an eye on things, because the world can change very quickly, and sometimes it changes and then you're like, how did this happen? What led to this moment? And so I kind of want to like just document things and write them down and be like, okay, keep an eye on this situation. It might become something. So that's why I went, because that sparked something in me this week that I wanted to do that. So I got a giant Moleskine for that. And it's soft pages, because I prefer the soft pages. I think all of these are soft page, except for this, which I'll tell you about that one. So I went to buy this one, and it's ruled pages, so lines, and that's how it's going to be. That's for documentation of like history. And then I got two semi-smaller ones. I got a plain notebook Moleskine for fashion because this is an idea I had in the past, and I wrote it down that I wanted to buy this stuff. This is like going to be like my fashion notebook, so I can print out pictures or cut out pictures of fashion looks that I like and put it in this, or pieces that I like, and then also sketch out my own ideas for things. And I want to put it all in one, and also for DIYs, so I can like sketch out the plans for things. So that's what this one is, for fashion and styling and all that. And then I got the 1917 one for recipes and like a cookbook type of deal. So I'm not making a cookbook like to sell, obviously. I don't know how to cook like that, but this is for writing down recipes that I like, that I've made and that I enjoyed. So I don't have to like always refer back to cookbooks that I have and like always have to go back into the cookbook. So if I know that I like a recipe, and if I get a recipe from the internet as well, I can write it down in this, and then also write my little alterations if I do the cookbook, if I do the recipe a little bit differently. So I can write it all in this and just go to this if I need to know stuff, instead of printing out stuff from the internet or all this stuff. You know, you make a recipe and then you lose the recipe because it's just on the internet. So this way I'll have it. And those are the only ones I was planning to get. And then I saw this, which is a David Bowie inspired Moleskine. Moleskine does this sometimes, or pretty much always, they've got some kind of limited edition collection. And I saw this is the only one there at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, I shouldn't get it, but oh my god, like David Bowie Moleskine, I kind of need it, but I don't need it, but I want it. So I got it. Let me open this. And this one is a ruled notebook. This is just like a paper here. I'm gonna keep it because I'm like a hoarder. So David Bowie on the front. And it's just whatever that is. It looks like it's in space, and it says 2019, the David Bowie Archive. And then I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see that. It's got the stars design from his album. What was it called again? Black Star, I think it's called. Black Star. You know that album? His final one. So it's got the stars from that on the back. And then it has the lyrics from Lazarus, I think. It says, "Look up here, I'm in heaven." And I was just like, I have to get that because Lazarus is like my song. So I decided to get it. There's nothing special inside. Oh, no, there is something special inside. Oh my god. I didn't know that was inside of that. That's beautiful. And this was in the back pocket. There's stickers, I think. It's got the lightning bolt, Bowie, and the Black Star stars. Those are stickers, guys. That is awesome. No regrets buying this journal. No regrets. This is so cool. So that's gorgeous. And I'm going to use this, I think, not as like a journal, but I'm going to use it for writing songs. Because what better journal to use for that than a David Bowie one? So Okay, I just wanted to show you those things. So basically what's happening is I guess I'm gonna be a historian, fashion designer, chef, musician. This video is too long. I need to stop.